Here is my sim racing room, a corner, actually, not a whole room, which I built for a really long time, and it has a lot of interesting technical solutions. Let me walk you through it. First of all, it is a closet, and it makes it kinda complicated to use it as a sim racing room. Problem number 1. Internet. I'm not sure if anyone is aware of it, but there are commonly no internet wire in a closet. So I had to buy a power line adapters in order so I actually have an internet with a wire, because using the Wi-Fi works 99% of the cases, but there is this 1% when you get a lag in the middle of the race and either you crash, either you just disappear. It is very not nice thing, but the power line adapter works surprisingly perfectly, so you just needed 2 of them, one where you actually have an internet, and the second one when you need the internet, and it transfers the internet using the power line, just magic. Problem number 2. Electricity. For the simulator, I use powerful PC, 25 Nm wheelbase, bus shakers, 3 monitors, ventilators, some LED lighting, and it obviously consumes a lot of energy. And when I try to plug everything in just one socket, it just tripped the breaker. It's just too much of stuff for the one socket intended to be for the closet. So I had to split everything to 2 sockets and use a extender from the socket from the room, so I can use all the simulator stuff. Problem number 3. If you look carefully, you will notice that there is no windows in a closet. And obviously it's just hot here. And I'm not standing still as well. It's always movement, always some pressure, so obviously it's hot here. And in order to stay cool, I had to bring a few ventilators in the room, which helps me just not to overheat. And also to move a computer outside of the room. It's not that far away, but I mean that's the farthest that I could do. You may say that, mate, are you dumb? You still have an air outtake inside your room. But I would disagree with it, because the main hot airflow goes from the top of the computer, and having it not inside the sim racing corner but outside actually helps to cool down the room. And the problem number 4 is that this room is still used as a closet, so you need to walk here and simulator just bothers. So I came up with just genius solution, to buy a seat from the coupe car, so it is possible to fold it and to have a room. Speaking of the seat, when I was looking to the seat options, I have noticed that the bucket seats and the sim racing seats, they're just ridiculously expensive. Just a seat costs like 400 euros, 500 euros, that's really a lot. So I decided that I won't pay this much for the seat, and I found the seat from the real car. It's a seat from the BMW F32, basically like this car. M Sport, Alcantara, mint condition, and it cost me, with delivery and cleaning, 150 euros. Basically 3 times as cheap as the common sim racing seat, and has all the adjustments. It is really nice to sit in. I really love it. And it was exceptionally easy to install it to the cockpit. You just basically screw the rails into the cockpit, and that is it. It works. And as we started to speak about the cockpit, I used the SimXpro XT120. Nothing really fancy here. I wanted a top tier cockpit, but also I did not want to spend too much of money. So I just took a look what is the cheapest option considering the delivery for the 120 profile cockpit. I compared Truck Racer, SimXpro, SimLab, Next Level Racing, and the cheapest option was SimXpro. So I bought a SimXpro. Had no issues with it whatsoever. It is sturdy as hell, but I honestly believe that any other cockpit from other manufacturers would be same good. I always suggest just to check your original prices, and whatever is cheaper, just take it. I mean, that's a cockpit. That's just aluminum profiles and some connectors. It's hard to screw the cockpit up. When I just bought it, I used it with the wheel deck because I had a Moza wheelbase, but after I changed to the wheelbase with a front mount, I had to buy a front mount, and the very same as the cockpit itself, I just looked whatever the cheapest option is there. So the front mount from the SimXpro costed, I believe, 120 or even 150, and from the Truck Racer, I believe it was like 70, maybe 60 euros. So why would I buy it from SimXpro if the Truck Racer just makes it cheaper? Quite a great front mount, I mean, works just perfectly and fits in my cockpit well. And you probably may have noticed that my cockpit and my monitor stand looks a bit different. And it's not only the color, but also brackets are quite random. That's because I DIY'd monitor stand. Not because I like to DIY stuff, just because I wanted to make it cheap. And now prices are better, but back then, when I was shopping for the monitor stand, it costed like ridiculously. 3 of my monitors all together costed 750 euros. And spending another 500 for just monitor stand, I cannot allow that. So I DIY'd it. It was a bad decision. I mean, not that bad, it works, but I just made it a little bit stupid. So there is a vertical aluminum profiles and horizontal. Yep, and they are being attached together with a corner bracket. And you need a corner bracket on both sides of this vertical profile. For some reason, I decided that one bracket is enough, and it appeared to be not enough, so my monitors were tilting, and I had to somehow deal with it. And instead of just buying another corners, so I added the supports on the sides. And thinking of it retrospectively, I cannot really explain why I did exactly it and not just another corner brackets, but somehow it just didn't came to my mind. But it works now, I mean, it holds the monitors quite well. Looks a bit weird, but works well. And my DIY masterpieces are not done yet. For the ring light that lights my face, I basically just duct taped some books and attach it to the profile with a duct tape. In my defense, it's already there for weeks and holds well, and this mount costed me nothing. Then for the camera, I use a corner bracket and a two-sided tape, because otherwise it just not holds for a long time. Microphone mount is actually okay, it's a microphone mount, as it intended to be. But the steering wheel camera mount is a masterpiece. So it's a microphone mount, which was not long enough, so I took some random piece of metal, somehow attached it, and used a duct tape to glue a camera on it. And I will repeat myself, for my defense, it works just perfectly and holds for a real long time there already. And of course the monitors. Monitors themselves are Samsung Odyssey G5s, and the same with the other stuff. I just looked for a best quality for the lowest price. So I wanted a 2K monitors. There is no sense of going triple 4K because there is no GPU that can run triple 4K. So I need a 2K with a good refresh rate and 32 inches. So Samsung Odyssey was the cheapest option that fitted all my requirements, so I took them, and in order to make the perfect field of view, I flipped them upside down because the top bezel is smaller than the bottom bezel. So this way I get more neat image on the bottom. And here is how my POV looks like. On a camera, image actually looks much worse than it looks in real life, but I want you to pay attention on a view angle. I can literally see everything around me. I can go side by side with another car and actually see it. It is just brilliant. One of the best decisions I made for the sim rig is to go for a triple screen. I just love it. Moving forward, the wheelbase and the wheel itself. Quite an interesting story for both of these things. As you may have already noticed, I cannot really spend a lot of money on my sim rig, so I'm always looking for some cheaper options, for some best quality for money. And when buying the wheelbase, I wanted a very high-end wheelbase. So basically the wheelbase that I won't have to update ever again. And of course, for the years and years I was looking at the Simucube like it's something godlike and wanted to buy it, but it was so pricey. Simucube 2 Pro always cost 1,200 euros, plus delivery, plus the wheel which is compatible with the Simucube, and these wheels are also quite expensive. So I monitored the aftermarket, I monitored the marketplace for a long time, and after Simucube 3 was released, the prices for the Simucube 2 actually dropped quite a lot, and there was a point when on the official Simucube website they sold the Simucube 2 Pro for like 900 euros, and the guy who was selling the Simucube 2 on marketplace in my city, he dropped the price to 800 euros to match the deal with the official Simucube store. So I was like, knock knock, hey, what about 700? Please? And he was like, okay, screw it, take it. So I got a Simucube 2 Pro for 700 euros, which is just an insane deal. I'm so glad that I eventually was able to buy it. Bought it from him, it works just perfectly, no issues whatsoever, great work. I mean, Simucube is a Simucube, it's literally best of the best. Of course, I'm very happy with it, and I got it for a great price. And of course, for the base, you need a steering wheel. Steering wheel is a thing that you hold in your hands all the time while you are racing. So I really wanted some high-end steering wheel which would be just beautiful, which would be super solid quality, and I had the two options. I didn't had two options, but I considered two options that I really loved. It is a Cube Control steering wheel, GT Pro Zero. I just love it. I mean, it's just insane. It's so insanely beautiful. And the Ascher Artura Pro. And the very same, this thing costs just insanely expensive. So what I did, again, I looked at the aftermarket and I found a good deal. It's a Simucube wireless option, so it doesn't require a wire in order to work, which is important to me. This wheel brand new costs, I believe, 1200 euros plus the QR plus the delivery. And I found a deal for the 800, which is a pretty freaking great deal for such a wheel. So I bought it. It came to me all good. It looks like a brand new, no any single scratch, everything just perfect, almost perfect. So it is currently turned on. I will turn it on. You will even hear that it is connected to the wheelbase. And here is a toggle to enable LED lights. So I enable LED lights, and you may notice that buttons are still not lighting. So basically I got scammed. The guy from the German eBay actually sold me the wheel with not working LED lights. So LED lights are broken. Actually everything else works just fine, all the buttons, everything, and the wheel itself looks brand new, but the LED lights are not working. Yeah, I was very upset honestly. It's first of all because I got scammed by itself, it's a very upsetting fact, and the second of all because I do not have a LED lights. So I contacted the Ascher Racing support, we had a chat, and they explained me that I had to replace a chip for the LED lights and it cost 200 euros plus deliveries. I was just like, okay, fuck it, I will just drive without LED lighting. At least I don't have to charge it frequently. Without LED lights it lasts for like a year, I believe, from the charge. Maybe one day I will order this chip, I will replace it and I will have the LED lights, but for now I am driving without it and it's still pretty decent. But yeah, first time when I got scammed with the sim racing equipment. So be careful guys, when you are sending something, ask for videos, ask for some report that everything actually works, because I asked only photos and I saw that it looks like a brand new, no scratches, no anything, but I didn't ask for LED lights, photos or videos, and so I filed a complaint to this seller. eBay didn't a thing about it. Not the eBay, but this German Kleinanzeigen, this thing. So yeah, it is as this happens. But other than this, I just love the steering wheel. It is beautiful, in hands it feels like a real solid, expensive. It's really great, I just love it. But if you are from the Cube Controls and watching me, can you send me the GT Pro Zero so I compare them? Let's move forward. When you steer, you also need to use some pedals in order to brake or accelerate. iRacing coach here. You should use the pedals, not only steering. And I will repeat myself again, I wanted the top high-end pedals that I won't ever have a need to upgrade and not to bankrupt. So I went with Heusinkveld sprints. It is a golden standard, and speaking ahead, I'm racing with them for 2 years already, or maybe even more. And they're just great, they're just perfect, and I don't really see why would you need more than that. Basically, all you need from the pedals is that you can achieve some particular pressure, smoothly hold it and smoothly release. And with these pedals, I can do it just perfectly all the time, every time. I mean, they're just perfect. I do not see why would you need more than that. The only thing though, especially when I switch to the iRacing, because previously I raced in ACC, which doesn't care about the ABS, but in iRacing you really need to be on the edge with the ABS. So I considered a haptic reactor, some rumble motors that wasn't a good gesture, that would vibrate when the ABS kicks in. Also the same for the wheel spin and wheel lock on the throttle. And I considered rumble motors for a long time, though again, did not want to spend some money. But fortunately, I have a birthday each year, and each year my family doesn't know what to gift me. So, one of the birthdays I requested a rumble motors. And here you go. SimMagic rumble motors. I believe altogether set of two costs like 200 euros. To attach them to Heusinkveld sprints, I have to 3D print adapters. it was very easy to find a 3D model, and I don't have a 3D printer myself, so I just went to the Discord and asked someone to print it for me, and someone appeared and printed it for me. He actually refused to take any money from me, so I gifted him a couple of beers, so it was nearly free. So now being on the edge with the ABS is really easy thing, and overall the ABS just feels very natural, because I used a bus shaker before for the ABS, and it was just like everything shakes. And now it's like boom, 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 boom to my leg, like in a real car. And as I already mentioned the bus shakers, I have two bus shakers, which I got by the same principle as the Haptic motors. Wanted to buy myself for a long time, did not wanted to spend this much of money, so requested for the birthday. Fortunately, I have a birthday each year, and I'm doing sim racing for a lot of years already. So my family gifted me some money, from which I bought the second-handed bus shakers. Guys, just FYI, I'm not a hobo, okay? I don't have any money problems. If you want to donate something, I won't mind, but I live a good life. Nevertheless, instead of buying expensive dedicated bus shakers, I found a second-hand solution, which used these shakers, sound card from the AliExpress, and some random power supply. Brand new set costs like 200 euros, and I bought it for 130 or 150. I believe 130. And it is, I believe, the most immersion booster ever. Maybe the same immersion booster as the triple screens. Definitely not less. Maybe a bit even more. Because bus shakers are giving you an actual feeling that something is happening behind you. That you are actually driving somewhere. It's not super realistic, honestly. It's not how you actually feel the bottom of the car commonly when you are driving. And when I just bought the bus shakers, I was worried about that it is not that realistic as I expected. But after driving for a while, I stopped to care about that, and I understood what's the actual deal with them. It just gives your brain a thought that you're actually driving somewhere. Because one time I got them off before the race, and it was so weird to drive. I was like, I felt static, you know? I felt like I'm not driving, like I am like turning the wheel in a simulator, doing some pedals, but I'm not really driving. And bus shakers gives this feeling of actually driving the track, that you are actually driving somewhere, you're in a motion. It is super immersive, super cool feeling. And if you are searching for immersion booster, bus shakers it is. I promise you, you won't regret. So 2 bus shakers, one under the pedal plate and another one under the seat. And answering the most common question about the bus shakers, how my neighbors are feeling. They have no clue that I am using bus shakers. I am not sure why is this misconception still alive, but for some reason people are thinking that bus shakers shakes all your room, shakes all the floor, all the neighbors. It's not like that, it's not like that at all. My cockpit stands on the isolators, which were coming with the cockpit. It's not like I bought them separately. They are silent by themselves, they are not loud whatsoever, and the amount of actual bass that they transfer on a flow is almost zero. So it's completely good, definitely recommend. And you know what also I recommend? This thing, these headphones. They are just great. I just love them. And to be specific, what I love about them is a couple of things. First of all, they are wireless. I believe you already noticed that. But the cool thing about them being wireless is that they doesn't have any LGBT lighting. They doesn't work via Bluetooth, they use a radio channel, which means that they can work out of one charge approximately 200 hours. Manufacturer, the HyperX, claims that they actually can work for 300 hours, maybe in some conditions, but in my usage it's 200 solid hours, which means that I have to charge them once in a few months, basically. No any delays, super long battery life, and they are really light, so my head doesn't hurt after very long sessions. And it's also important because I sit literally all day in these headphones and either drive, either filming something, either editing something. They were quite pricey for the headphones, and of course I bought them on a discount. Moving forward, on this side you can see quite a lot of rallying stuff, rallying, drifting hardware. Sequential shifter from Moza, the Handbrake from the AliExpress, and the Ascher pattern shifter from the Thrustmaster, which I bought second hand. So I used to drive rally quite a lot previously, but for quite a while already I'm focused on iRacing and probably will be trying LMU soon. And after I have updated my wheelbase to Simucube, I sold my rally wheel and now I need to buy a new wheel with the Simucube QR, and I haven't done it for half a year I believe already. I hope one day I will have a time and I will have a round wheel and I will have a wheel and I will drive some rally again, but currently it's just collecting a dust. But overall it is quite a good stuff. Sequential shifter is just great. I mean, for its price it feels like a real solid metal thing. I love it. The handbrake, which I bought from the AliExpress, and it costed me like 40 euros. I'm using it for almost 6 years already and it keeps working. How could I be disappointed with it? And the Ash pattern shifter, I mean, I have no clue how much years it was used before me, and I'm using it for maybe 4 years already, and it still works. I guess it still works. I haven't tried it for half a year, but I'm pretty sure it works. Pretty good, solid stuff. Button box. I believe that's the only purchase of my sim rig that I regret buying. I don't use it at all. I mean, it just stays, I never use it. I thought that I will use it, but I just cannot find the usage for it. I just have all the buttons on my steering wheel. I just don't need it. I mean, literally, I have a keyboard here, I have a mouse, I have all the buttons on the steering wheel. It's just collecting a dust. But it's AliExpress button box that costed maybe 35 euros, so okay, it doesn't bothering me here as well. And of course, because I'm the big content creators with the 300 subscribers, I need to have a good image. And so my image looks like this, and not like this, and definitely not like this. I use a lot of lights. There's 3 different lights that lights up my face. The ring one from AliExpress, and 2 smaller lights. Guess from where? From the AliExpress, of course. And for the background lighting, you will never guess. Another AliExpress lights. And just a little cherry on top, 2 Lego cars, to make background more interesting and also because I had no place to put them anywhere in my apartment. Pretty cool setup. Thanks, I know. What about my future update plans? Quite easy, no updates are planned. I don't really need any updates anymore. I have everything to drive in a top competition level, except the skill. I really want to try out racing in a VR, though it's quite expensive, so hoping to get some glasses for the review. Obviously, I really want to try out the motion platform. I have tried it in some demo showrooms, but you know, one thing is the initial drive when you drive like 10 minutes and another thing to live with it. I'm super curious how is it to race with the motion, though once again super expensive update. If I will be able to get it for the review would be super nice, but other than that, even budget motion platform costs like my whole rig altogether. Active pedal won't buy myself. If someone will provide it to me, of course I will check. I'm really curious how is it. Cube Controls GT Pro Zero, the rim itself. I'm still in love with it. I still looking for the second-hand deals. If there will be like a great deal, I think most probably I will take it and then I will think, what do I keep? The Cube Controls or McLaren wheel? Thanks for watching. I have really unpopular channel for now, so if you would leave a like and write some comment, it would really help me a lot to grow, so please do so if you don't mind. If you need some iRacing coaching, also let me know. Write your suggestions, what should I update next or what should I try out, and see you in the next videos.